Okay, good morning all of you. Welcome all of you in Red Shikshan Samstha's RBNB College and myself Limkar Shubhangi Subhash. I am teaching you English subject in Junior College Science section, and now we are gathered here today. We are gathered here for purposefully because this is called as a bridge course. So why this course is made for you? All of you know it that from Monday it is started, and that's why all of you know that why this bridge course is started. Because whatever your concepts in English subject, all these concepts of your English subject in 8th, 9th and 10th standard, all these concepts will be clear by me. Okay, so I am going to teach you today with the section poetry. So I think that from 1st standard to the 10th standard, you have learned lots of poems. So in your textbook, what happened in your textbook, whatever the section or the textbook start with your poem. The section is start with your poem. Now today we are going to start with poem. So at firstly, I want to give the importance of English language. So all of you know that all over the world English language is very purposefully, intentionally as well as very effectively used by everyone. All of you know that it's also international language, and that's why we are also not exception to this, because all of you know that the importance and need of English language. So from your childhood, from your birth, you know the poem. So what happens when you could not sleep? When the infant could not sleep, at that time what happened? The mother of that infant sing a song. We called it as a lullaby. So this lullaby is sung by its mother, and that's why the effect on that child or infant is that automatically infant is sleep away. So it's the effect of song. So when you are in sad mood, when you are in a unhappy mood, okay, when you listen a music, when you sing or you humming a song, at that time automatically your mood, your nature will be changed. So this is the importance of song or that song or music. So poetry is nothing exception to this. Poetry is nothing far away from these things. That is also, you know that poetry have rhythm, poetry have rhythm, poetry have music. Okay, all these things it have, and that's why we like music. That's why we like music, song, and that's why poetry. So that whatever the one who writes the poem, we called him as a poet or her as a poet. Okay, the one who writes a poem, we called him or her as poet. And what is the purpose behind to write a poem? Because whatever the intention, okay, what do you mean by poetry? We are going to see it. Okay, so at firstly we are going to see it. Why do the poet write or someone recite the poem? Because the person wants to express his or her feelings. He wants to get way to his or her feelings, emotions, okay, intentions, purpose, and that's why he or she writes or recites a poem. So poem is so beautiful. So whatever we talk in our day-to-day life, it's not called as we are using lots of words, lots of sentences in our day-to-day lives. So all these sentences, all these words, we cannot say these are as poetry or poem, because poetry language and day-to-day language, we called it as a prose. This is far away from each other. So the poem lines have rhythm, the poem lines have music, and that's why it differs from prose, it differs from day-to-day language. So at firstly, we are going to see here the purpose or the meaning of poetry. So here the purpose or the meaning of poetry means what? It's nothing but the expression or the purposefully written by the poet. So it's called as the poetry. So purpose is behind it that to express ideas or feelings or emotions or intentions of someone. Okay, it's called as poetry. Now here we are going to see some elements of poetry. So do you know some elements of poetry? Can you know some elements of poetry? Do you know some elements of poetry? Any one of you? Elements of, yes, very good. Rhyme words, rhyming words, very good. Again? Yes, very good. Figures of speech. Yes, figures of speech. Yes, central idea, very good. Central idea. Yes. Yes, rhyming words related with rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme. Okay, again, what are the elements? Again, I think that you have learned from 8th standard textbook, appreciation of the poem. Okay, in nursery rhymes also, you have the rhythm, you have the rhyme scheme. For example, see here, I am going to recite you one poem from or rhyme from nursery rhyme. That is, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above in the sky, like a diamond, words so high. Okay, so it's a rhyme. So what happened? This rhyme has a kind of rhythm, a kind of music. So we can say it's a poem. So here is called as the rhyme words. Okay, I am going to tell you what are the rhyme words. I take another example and tell you later on what's here rhyming words or figure of speech, then central idea, rhyme scheme. So any other elements, all of you? Can you give me? Can you give me some elements again? See here, tone. Yes, tone. Tone of the poem. Okay, we can say. Then again, style of the poem. Then once again, here, figures of speech already we have took here. Rhyming words, figures of speech, central idea, rhyme scheme, tone, style. Again, yes, then message of the poem. Message from the poem or from the poet. Okay, all these. Yes, all these we can say elements of poetry as well as stanza. Stanza is also one of the element. Then stanza, then form. Form. Again, any one of you? Image. Okay, imagery we are saying. Imagery, then next imagery, then point of view. Point of view. Then next to it. Yes, it's included in figures of speech, alliteration. Okay, next is symbolism. Next is symbolism. Okay, so these all we called as the elements of poetry. Without all these elements, poetry is not. And that's why all these elements are very important for poetry. Okay, when you fully understand, when you fully understood somewhat poetry, somehow poetry, at that time it should be that you must remember, you must understood all these, you must understand as well as understood after that learning of poem, these all elements. The first one is rhyming words, or we say as the rhyme scheme also. Then it's related with these rhyming words and rhyme scheme. These two related to one another. The next is figures of speech, central idea, or we called it as theme also. Okay, we called it as theme also. Then tone, then style, then message from the poem or from the poet. What do you get throughout that poem? Then stanza, then form of the poem, next to it imaginary, then point of view and symbolism. All these elements are very important. So at firstly we are going towards rhyming words. Okay, first element, rhyming words. The words which are, all of you know that each and every poem is made up with stanza. Okay, stanza, this is the first one. We can say here the first rhyme words in the stanza. For example, see here. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Okay, this is nursery rhyme. I want to take here rhyming words, okay, to explain. So what are the rhyming words here? For example, every and each line's last word. For example, in the first line, the last word is star. In the second line, the last word is R. In the third line, the last word is high. And high we say. Then the last line, in the last line, the last word is sky. So here the rhyming words are. What are the rhyming words in this stanza? What are the rhyming words in this stanza? Can you say? The rhyming words in these stanzas, the first pair, that is star and R. This is the rhyming words, okay? Star and R. And the second one, high and sky. Okay, these are rhyming words. All of you got this? These are called as the rhyming words. So whatever in the stanza, the last word sound is continuously similar with the next line's sound, ending sound. We called it as rhyming words. So in this stanza, star and R as well as high and sky, all these are called as rhyming words. So rhyme scheme is also another element of poem. It is also attached to these rhyming words. If you very well known about rhyming words, so definitely you are familiar with you will be right. You are able to write rhyming scheme also. So what is the rhyme scheme? So you have to put a alphabet, small alphabet. So whatever the pronunciation to start rhyme scheme. Okay, to start rhyme scheme, see here. To start rhyme scheme, I want to take all these words from this stanza here. So what are these words? Star, R. Then next is its rhyme scheme. Okay. Then next is high and sky. So here these all words we took from this stanza. Okay. So here the first two words we have to put for rhyme scheme a small alphabet. So we have to write here small alphabet because star, R sound is similar to R sound, and that's why we have to put, because it's similar sound, r sound, okay, star and r, last sound is r, that's we have to put here again a sound, okay. Next, is there any one word as r sound? Any more word in the next line? No, there is no word in the next lines similar with these sound pronunciation, okay. So we have to take here B sound, okay, start with B sound. Then high and sky, okay, E sound. So last words E sound similar to sky's last sound. So we have to write here B. So the rhyme scheme you have to write like that. Rhyme scheme A B B. So you do not have to put comma or any type of bracket to this rhyme scheme. That's why so it's wrong. So you have to remember that you have, while write rhyme scheme from the poem or from the stanza, you have to write like that, A B B, no full stop, you have to no put comma as well as no bracket. Remember this one, because it's language, you are learning language, and in language each and every details or each and every peculiarities you have to pay attention. Okay, each and every detail point you have to pay attention, minor point, so that it will not cut your mark. Remember this one. So you have to write like that rhyme scheme of this stanza, that is A B B. I think that you are you are understood all those things. Now next one, we are done with rhyming words, then rhyme schemes, these two elements of poetry. Now next one, we are going to start here stanza, okay.